Yep, we fumbled another trophy. We're out of the Champions League. I don't even know where to start from. I feel gutted. I feel like I jinxed Liverpool. I feel like there's more that we could have done in that game. But I have no defense for Nunes. I literally have no defense for Nunes. Nunes,
How is this Nunes' fault?
wait. Let me just vent about Nunes before we get into the issues about Liverpool.
Okay. I have a lot to say too.
Nunes is just a very unreliable player. You seriously
Okay.
cannot consider Nunes as a 9 for Liverpool. It's
But
insulting.
what did he do wrong? What did Nunes do wrong?
We're not talking about okay. This is a very important game. This is a game where you need to score goals. This is a
Yeah.
game where you need to move on by scoring. You get into a penalty shootout and you miss a penalty.
But no, see, you know what? I don't on that penalty shootout. I'm angry at your manager. I'm furious at your manager
Before we
currently
get to
because
no, but before we get to Annie Slot,
when Nunes stepped up, I knew that Nunes was not going to score.
but who else would have played? Who else would have played the penalty?
Elliot could have played the penalty. Van Dijk takes penalty.
So Boslai was removed from the pitch.
Gatto can take penalty. I've mentioned 3 people that will take better penalty. Elliot,
But these people you're calling, they are not nice for Liverpool. They are not nice for the
It
team.
doesn't matter. Nunes doesn't score. I knew. You see,
How
immediately
can you be a 9 and you cannot score penalty? It's shocking to me.
Gibbon Jones stepped up. I knew he was not going to score. The people he chose for the first 3, Nunes and this were terrible penalty takers. They are not good options, right? But apart from that, what did I say last week? Remind me what I said last week when we did live.
What did you say?
I told you, I said this second leg will be tougher than the first one, and PSG will still be the same.
But
and I feel like
I kind of feel like this second leg that we played was a lot better than how we played.
Your second half was a lot better, but the
not just second half, even first half, we still had some plays in first half now.
But they played better.
This particular game, we played way better than we played when
you played way better.
In general, Jota did not do anything in this game. Jota did not do anything in this game. You understand? Szoboszlai, good, played very well. I can't say anything about Szoboszlai. Maka played very well. Can't say anything about even Robertson played well. Robertson stepped up. Trent, good. You understand? Gravenberch, same level of performance that he gives almost every game. Salah, off and on. But you can't really blame him because Nuno Mendes was just a rock. You know, that guy just is fucking athletic. You know, sorry, excuse my French. You understand? Luis Diaz, I'm tired of Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz did not do anything, but
Luis Diaz wasted so much opportunities on the ball. How many times he delays a cross? Do you prevent a pass? You understand?
I think
some things are timely. Luis Diaz was not just.
He was slow. I think Luis Diaz was very poor.
Look at Dembele on the other side. Immediately Dembele or Bakola receives the ball. They are driving in. They are very direct. They are trying to find a cross. They are trying to shoot. They are dribbling their way forward. But look at what Diaz was doing, wasting chances.
No, but the thing is that you see, the person that I would blame for this, like for Liverpool not going through, I'll blame your manager because number one, I feel like he underrated PSG.
I disagree.
The tactics.
I disagree.
His tactics from the first leg was garbage.
Liverpool did not underrate PSG.
Let's say he didn't underrate
PSG. We played in this game.
Yeah, let's say he didn't. I'm talking of from the first leg. Let's say he didn't underrate PSG.
But we won first leg.
The tactics he used in the first leg was garbage. This second leg, I didn't see him change so much from what he did in the first leg.
But we played a lot better than we did in the first leg. You cannot blame some things. You cannot blame it solely on tactics and say your manager, the tactics is the issue. And it's not just tactics; it goes beyond tactics.
Okay.
Some players are just not good enough.
Let me ask you this question.
Some players are not just good enough in the squad.
Let me ask you this question. You played Southampton this weekend. How many players did you rest? Did you rest anyone? Your manager didn't rest anybody.
Okay, no. I see where you're going with this, but that is not a valid. That's not a valid line of argument. That's not a valid line. Just saying that the players are tired.
Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. PSG rested 8 players
before this game.
I think it's Rennes they played also. They rested 8 players because of this game. Liverpool did not rest anybody, and you play Southampton
game. But we needed to win that. We needed to win the Southampton game, right? We needed to win the Southampton game to establish our lead in the Prem. So let's leave resting players aside. Let's leave resting players aside. Okay. The core of the issue is we played in this game. If we did not do well in this game,
you guys played and you tried.
Players were tired, players were fatigued. Yes. I watched Szoboszlai run for more than 90 minutes. Szoboszlai was running up to 120 minutes. He kept on running around. So to me, it's not a thing of you were tired. I don't think the players were tired.
Let me ask you this question. And answer me. Do you think the better team went through?
Both. Okay. Anyways, I will not consider that. Okay, I'll not be biased.
Answer the question. Answer the
question. Fair. Over the 2 legs, they did well. Over the 2 legs, they gave us a challenge. No. Wait. I will not say far better. The margins are kind of close. Wait. Let me just land. The margins are kind of close. If it was a thing where they came into this game and were just completely horrible from start to finish, and then this happened, I would have charged it that yes, the better team went forward. But this was a game where we had so many opportunities. Salah missed a chance, but Nuno Mendes blocked it. But there were so many opportunities to score.
Salah too was a bit. So another thing is
there were so many chances for us to score in this game. You understand? This was not a game where we were just there.
Yeah.
Obviously, PSG, this is the team. This is a very strong team to face, right? And I think even Aston Villa comes to face them.
When you say strong team, who are the people you are playing against?
But they are set up well.
Tactically, you say tactically.
No, but even the players themselves are solid now. Like look at Nuno Mendes.
Tactically,
Mendes is a solid left back.
Mendes is a good left back.
Everything you can as a coach, you can have a good tactics, but you don't have the players to execute. You get what I'm saying? But this PSG team, they have the players to execute.
I can't know. I won't say. See, they have a lot of young players.
But the players are good.
They have young, and if you say the players are good, is the way they are set up. Now, in this game,
not just only your set up.
In this game, I saw Liverpool always trying to play ball through the lines, and you know PSG, the way they are set up like they cramp the midfield, they stay tight in the middle so that there's no space, and they just want to win that ball and hit you on the counter, or use that ball to attack you rather.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys kept on doing it.
But we changed at some point.
You started changed. Anyway, you towards the you started doing long, but towards the second half.
There was a period.
You guys started to go long.
There was a period in second half. There was a period in second half where we dominated that game and we had momentum.
Yeah.
Right. Where the ref had to, even that ref too. That ref investigation on that ref. That ref was crap.
No.
His hand in Salah's eye. His hand hit Salah's face. He did not blow anything. All the fouls that he's supposed to have called.
If that's what you are talking about, that was not penalty.
Okay, fair. But there were so many calls. That this ref was overlooking.
No, but he was consistent. He was consistent.
He was not really consistent. But let's leave that aside. Ref was crap, but let's leave that aside. It's on us. We didn't perform well. But there was a time in the game we had momentum in that game. You understand?
Yes,
we
and you guys did not score.
We did not score. But now let's go back to the core of the problem. Why did we not score? You understand? Everything cannot be on Salah. Everything cannot be you're looking
and
for
that's
Salah.
That's what I felt. Once they go forward, they want to look for Salah. Once they go forward, they want to look for Salah.
Rely on only Salah. If Salah goes in a game, then what happens? Right? What happens in the game?
The truth is, since Salah started fasting, he's not been there's no how do I say it now? He's not himself.
Yes, and that's why I'm angry. That's why I'm annoyed, because let's remove Salah out of the equation. Who are you looking forward to score this season now? You'll be looking at Szoboszlai to score. You'll be looking at Maka to score. Because Nunes is not consistent. Jota is not really doing anything. You understand? And then And then you look at Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is off and on. You get what I'm saying? Gakpo was actually injured, right? Gakpo had an ankle this injury. That's why he could not come on. If not, why would Luis Diaz be starting in the first place?
Yeah.
You get what I'm
But
saying?
the
Like,
thing- yeah,
this
but
is beyond. We need to, honestly speaking, I mean, at a point where we need to go into the transfer market looking for better forwards.
yeah, so
Everything cannot
okay,
be Salah.
so question now, is it that the way you people were playing, I just felt after some time you guys wanted to go into penalties.
But how are
Did
you
you
going to
feel
play
that way?
Donnarumma? Donnarumma is a penalty keeper.
See how
Donnarumma.
large you see how large the guy is. He's a
Donnarumma,
giant,
you cannot. Donnarumma, and look at the
very large
Alisson.
guy.
Alisson, no, first, Alisson is a very good keeper, but penalty, not against
Donnarumma is
Donnarumma.
king. He's king in it.
Donnarumma is a very, very good
Penalties.
penalty
Yeah,
keeper.
but
You understand?
and
And
you know, it's very painful because I
you
remember
remove
two.
Szoboszlai, you remove
Yeah,
McAllister, you remove all these guys. Who is taking the penalty? Nunes,
that's
Ashley
another
Jones,
thing. That is
Elliot,
another thing,
Gravenberch.
right?
Who is taking
Yeah,
penalties?
he removed grabbing. Did he remove Gravenberg?
No, Gravenberch is there, but are you Gravenberch penalty? You understand? I don't really know if Gravenberch is a good penalty.
Gravenberg would have
No
even been a
taker.
better option than Nunes for
Exactly,
penalty.
just like what he said. PSG,
Even
they were really hoping
Alisson
for
would have been
shootout.
a better. Alisson would have been a better penalty taker than Nunes. Immediately he stepped up. Immediately Nunes stepped up.
I saw the
shouted.
fear in his eye. When I saw the fear in his eye, I was like, "We're cooked. This guy is
I
not going to
just
score."
started. I said, "Oh my God!"
Everybody, yes, exactly.
Liverpool is out.
Everybody was tired towards the game. Yes, everybody
Liverpool
was tired
is
towards the
out.
game. Everybody was tired towards the game. But still, you understand? I will still expect that the manager will have a plan. Okay, the game is running out. I need to bring in some people. I need to.
I think he
who is
was
going for
trying
penalties?
to win the game.
You
He
can't.
was trying to win. He
In
was
that
trying to
second half
win
of
the
in the
game
second
now.
half of in the second half of extra time, we
Yeah.
were not doing anything in the second half of extra time. That was not a time for you to try to win a game. What will happen in that game? You have Elliot in the game. You remove Szoboszlai to bring in
Half
Elliot.
extra
You
time.
removing
Second half
Szoboszlai to
of
bring in
extra time
Elliot
was
don't
even
make
very.
sense.
Second
How will
half
you
of
remove
extra time
Szoboszlai?
was even very. It was extremely terrible.
It was extremely terrible. Why? Because
Extremely
Konate had to go
terrible.
off. Konate had to go off. You're playing Endo as a centre back,
It
Kwanzaa
was
as a right back.
disaster. Just like,
I
oh my
thought that
God.
Kwanzaa will move into
To be
centre back
centre
position,
back,
and then maybe you move
he
Endo into the
he
right
doesn't
back.
trust Kwanzaa. He doesn't trust Kwanzaa.
You put Endo playing centre back. You remove Szoboszlai that has been doing the work, running around the pitch.
And
120
Szoboszlai
minutes.
could have taken penalty for you guys.
Szoboszlai is a penalty taker. He literally is a penalty taker. You took him out. You took Maka out. Then you leave Nunes, one of the most inconsistent strikers.
Damn it! But it's like I don't get like who chose. You know what? The coach should come out and tell the world who chose the list of penalty takers. Was he the one?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the order in which it was selected, right?
And
but
he wrote Darwin Nunes to take penalty.
Yes. No, I'm not saying we wrote Darwin Nunes to take penalty, but Darwin Nunes taking penalty. He missed penalty against Chelsea.
I knew.
He missed penalty. He has missed penalty, and he's missing another. Like
he's never has he ever scored a penalty
in Liverpool? I don't think so. He has not.
You know what?
Austin maybe on the training pitch, but he has not scored. He has not scored a penalty in an actual game.
Austin just
exactly.
I think your priority is the Premier League.
At this point, yes. Mm-hmm. At this point, yes.
Because for your coach, for your manager not to rest anyone first, he didn't rest anybody.
Yes.
PSG rested 8 players. It shows who wants it more.
I feel like the Premier League, we need 5 more. I was saying this, like we need 5 more games during our watch along show. I told you, we need 5 more games to win the league. If we win the next 5 games, 5 to 6 games, the league is ours. You understand? There's momentum to win the league, right? But it doesn't hurt to win another trophy. You understand? It doesn't hurt to go further, even in the Champions League. A man can dream, the fans can hope, right? I was hoping at least, we come into this PSG game, even if we need to defend, even if we need to look, well, true. They need it more.
PSG needed it more than anybody. They've never won Champions League.
Fair. And we always know the PSG because they don't really go far in the Champions League. Kind of like quarterfinals, they kick them out. But
they went far last season. We'll see.
Oh, fair.
Semi-final.
They will definitely play against
right?
Aston
So
Villa. I don't really see Aston Villa as a huge challenge for PSG, right? But you never can tell with Unai Emery, right? Unai Emery is a crazy person. He might kick out PSG. You never can tell. But so far, we can say PSG, they kind of have an easy way to get to that semi-finals, right? I don't see Aston Villa
they
as
do.
much of a problem. But now for Liverpool, I think the next thing for us is focus on the Premier League, right? Win
Yeah,
the Premier League.
equal, at least equal Manchester. But you know the problem about this loss today is that it can actually affect your season in a bad way
Yes, it can,
because you are playing finals against Newcastle.
which is not going to be easy.
Now you've expended 120 minutes and you are going to play a final.
The boys are tired. You see, Konate. We don't know if Konate has picked up some injury. We don't know if Konate will be fit to play other games, right? So we
Yeah, yeah.
fingers crossed on that, right?
Konate is
But
probably cramped. Yeah, I
yeah,
think he's
probably
cramped
just
as
go.
well.
Probably was probably just
Yeah.
exhausted playing
But
that
now
long.
Trent
But
is out, probably out for even the rest of the season.
Conor Bradley is
Out.
out.
You'll be
So who is
using
the,
Kwanzaa.
so it's
You'll be using
possible to start
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa as the right back. Fair.
And
I think it's
Konate is injured, who do you use
Endo. I mean, who else to play?
as center back?
Who else to play in that position?
That go chop am
Endo.
like
Like
you guys
I'm
will,
honestly scared. I think the one that will make me feel gutted is if Konate is injured. That would be a huge
if
problem.
Konate is the
That
okay,
would be a
okay,
huge
let's
problem.
project ourselves to the final. Like what do you see happening in the Carling Cup final?
To be honest with you, Liverpool, Newcastle are two sides where they're not scared of each other. If you watch a Liverpool Newcastle game, it's always an open game. I score me, I score you, score me, I score you. So to be honest, it's a game where I expect goals in that game. I expect Newcastle to score. If Isak is fit, we're in trouble because Newcastle will score in that game. You understand? But this could also be a situation where Liverpool come in and they just dominate. Having that final experience. We were here last season literally against Chelsea. It's just a different team,
Yeah.
same final, different team, right? So if we come with that mentality of like this is our final to win, you get what I'm saying? It could be a game where we dominate Newcastle and we win. But even against Chelsea last final, it was kind of
Yeah.
like last Van Dijk's goal, last
Yeah,
minute kind of saved
it
us.
wasn't convincing.
It wasn't a
But
convincing,
you guys won
solid,
it. You guys
solid
won it.
win, but we found
Yeah.
a way through, right? So I hope that kind of experience can come in when we face Newcastle. But
I don't know,
fingers
I'm just
crossed.
having a bad feeling about the Carling Cup. I don't know. After I watched this
Please
game,
don't jinx it. Don't jinx us. Don't jinx. But
I
what bad
don't
feeling? What bad feeling? You feel we fumble this Carling Cup with this Carabao Cup?
having that feeling. Yeah, I am. But
But
maybe I'm
why?
wrong.
Why?
I
Why?
don't
Why
know.
do you
I'm
feel
just feeling Eddie Howe will lift a trophy for Newcastle and they will erect a statue for him. That's what I think.
that? But yeah, PSG they defended towards the end of that game. It got to a point I started asking myself, were they five at the back? Because it almost felt like the moment Liverpool gets the ball, I'm seeing so many people at the back.
Yeah, so many
It's
people. They
like
were
five
falling.
people
So they have reached. So once they lose the
putting their
ball, they
body on the
open the
line.
space. Yeah,
I never knew.
they did well defensive. They were really good.
I
To
never knew what's
me,
his name, Krasvatelia. I never knew that guy could defend. I thought Krasvatelia was.
defend,
I thought
defend,
Krasvatelia
defend with
was just
your
a
life.
forward. I saw Krasvatelia defending Salah. I saw Krasvatelia, or whatever his name is. I know I'm probably fumbling the way I'm pronouncing his name, but I saw him sliding, kicking the ball, causing
My
interception. I'm
brother.
like, what's going on? Like, why can't we complete a pass? And also, why is all the balls are going to Salah? Salah can't even beat Nuno Mendes. We keep sending balls to Salah. Why? That's what
And
I'm telling
maybe
you. It's a problem.
Salah and Jota could have switched to Salah go in the middle and Jota come on this side,
At
right?
this
We
point,
didn't see that.
Jota
Yeah,
just plays. Jota just plays like he's completely out of form. Like sometimes it
it's
looks
the
like
injuries.
he
It's
doesn't
the
know
injuries.
if he should
The
pass. He doesn't
injuries.
know when to
Yeah,
pass. He doesn't know when to shoot. It just doesn't look like Jota, because Jota is like that consistent. You should get like some tap. He's a poacher. You should get some tappings.
yeah,
You
yeah.
should get some
He
rebound
tried.
goals.
I think Jota tried,
Nothing.
but there's some kind of we've watched football that long that when you see some kind of signs in the game, you just know. As I started seeing bar, Liverpool hitting bar, keeper making saves. I just
Yeah,
like
like he has not
no,
gotten himself.
Liverpool is
Jota has really not
Liverpool is
gotten
not
himself
going
back.
through. Yeah.
it's just really sad. This is just really sad. Like, I know last Champions League we were not competing in last Champions League, so fair. We are back to the Champions League. We kind of we went crazy in the league stage of the game, league phase of the game, and there were high hopes from the fans. But
Yeah.
it's
But
really
the
disappointing
thing is
us.
that this
Really
you guys going
disappointing.
out in the second round is very embarrassing.
It is. At least
Extremely
get to
embarrassing.
quarterfinals. At least
Yes,
get to
because
semi.
you guys were the one that topped the Champions League table. You
Ah,
only lost once, or you never even
we
lost
lost once against
once.
PSV, right?
You you lost once. You were just like, oh, I was just like, topping this Champions League table is not a good
Com-
sign. I don't know.
yeah, it's completely out.
You
Like,
now ended up,
like what,
yeah.
like what you're saying in the chat. Like, even Luis Diaz, like, is out of it. Like, Luis Diaz is completely out of it.
Yeah, Luis Diaz
Jota
was not
out
good
of
at
it.
all. At
I'm
all.
just,
At all.
man, I don't know. Like, I really just feel like we need to sign people. Going into the transfer window, the summer transfer window. I don't want FSG coming out saying, "Oh, we don't
So
want to keep what we have."
who would you sign if you were part of the FSG team?
To be honest, like, you need to me, to be honest, the first priority is a striker. The first priority is to sign a striker. Sign a striker, sign someone that can actually score, that is consistent. You understand?
Yeah,
Jota is not consistent based on injuries. Nunez is not consistent based on goals. You understand? Like,
true.
at least Jota can be a good backup to a proper fit nine. Find yourself
Mm,
like an Isak. Sign Isak. Sign somebody, some decent forward
striker.
striker. You understand? You can't rely on Salah. Salah, you might not renew his contract, so Salah might be going. If Salah is going, who is
Mm,
replacing Salah?
that,
It
that's
cannot be
true.
Chiesa. Like, let us grow up. Chiesa cannot replace Salah. I also don't understand this
Chiesa
Chiesa
is
hype.
non-existent now.
What Chiesa hype? Like, that Chiesa hype pisses me off a lot when I see the comment. Chiesa,
Chiesa is non-existent.
Chiesa is good.
Austin is saying that um anyway PSG they play in the Farmers League. You
But
always
they
say
are
that almost every time.
no, fair. Like, obviously, the French league is Farmers League, but they played well. They are a good team, right? They played well. They are a good team. But I really feel like that towards the end of the game
You
was,
guys
when
just
PSG were exhausted.
it's
That was
you
when
know
I really
this
felt like we could have powered
you know
through.
you know
If,
in the
if this
first
was
leg
a club team, what did you think could
in
have
the
been different?
no Klopp will go through. No.
At some point, controlled football does not make sense.
Jurgen Klopp will go through. I'm 100% sure because
This is
Klopp
when
will
you
not sit back. He
Yet you
will
hit
not
them
sit
with,
back.
you keep
He
pressing
would
them, hit
not.
them with,
He will not.
suffocate
He will
them.
not. He will not sit down.
This
Sit
control
back.
football, giving giving, filling out the team, giving them opportunities to pass, to cross, to defend. Like, this is a game where you rush out and it's Anfield. You raise the temperature of the place and you win and you move on.
It was
Anyways,
terrible.
man.
You guys, you know what? In the first leg, this tie was very weird because in the first leg, PSG were extremely good. They missed so many chances, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could have won you guys like maybe 3-0 first
Yes,
leg.
yes. The way they put in
Second
so much
leg
energy.
switched now,
Mm-hmm.
right? They had
Mm-hmm.
the chance of a defensive mix up, everything, keeper, Konate, whatever, they scored. You guys
Mm-hmm.
tried all your best, like keep going, but still nothing.
Yeah, but almost very similar to what I'm saying, chat. Like, if this game was really do or die for us, like, we're putting
Yeah, you
everything
guys.
on the
Yeah,
line.
I just
Like, the
you guys did.
mentality,
Anyways, like you said, if it was Klopp, you guys will go through. I'm
do or
100%.
die. You understand?
Like
I like
I
the
didn't see. There's a way you attack a team,
way
right?
they are
There was
scared.
a time that PSG were on the edge, like they were
Yes,
just holding on last breath. You give it to them. You keep going. You keep.
crossing balls into the box, try to force a mistake, try to get a foul, something. Like, this is the difference between this slot football and clubs football, right? Clubs
Yeah,
football
yeah,
comes with consequences. You get scored, right? You
yeah,
concede, but it also
yeah,
comes with high wins. In situations like this, you're going to still lose the game, right? Because we'll play with so much pace and so much energy that the
yeah.
other team will not be able to keep up, right? But right now, this we just have to go with this style of play. But anyway, I have no problem with the style of play. For me, in this game, really was just the way we selected players for this penalty kick was
Yeah,
not
the way
with
you guys
intention.
went, the way Liverpool went out wasn't
It
good.
was not with
Fine.
intention. Like,
So now that Liverpool is out now, who are you supporting in this Champions League?
I support the only other team I support apart from Liverpool, and that's Real Madrid
Real Madrid.
all the way. I'm biased like that. Real Madrid.
Real Madrid are going out tomorrow. Hey, in the Metropolitano. They
No,
are
that will
going
never
out.
happen. That will never happen. Real Madrid. No.
Guys,
Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid.
um,
I support. That's the only other
they
team I
are
support
going.
apart from Liverpool.
Listen, they are going out tomorrow. Real
No,
Madrid is going out. You see
no.
that
The
Atletico Madrid
difference,
they
you
play
see, just like they put in chat, the difference between Liverpool and Real Madrid is Real Madrid is do or die. They will find a way through. I'm telling you,
So
Real Madrid is
you
not leaving this.
okay,
Madrid,
Barca is true. Inter Milan is true,
yeah,
right?
Bakashri Inter is true.
So Arsenal
PSG
is
is
true.
true.
Obviously, they've
Arsenal,
won
yeah,
seven something, right?
most
So
likely, yeah.
your own thinking. So Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. Let's project now to tomorrow's games. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. Who is going through?
It's Real Madrid. Real Madrid is going through. Real Madrid,
What's the scoreline?
for me personally, Real Madrid Atletico. The scoreline is 2-1, but personally going into that game,
I
I
mean
know
for tomorrow.
I will not be here. I will not be surprised. It's a derby for sure. I will not be
Mm.
surprised if that game ends 0-0. It's weird, but a Madrid derby could end 0-0. It
True,
could literally
true.
end goalless. It
Bayern
could end
Bayern
1-0.
Munich Bayern Munich is true with five goal aggregate,
Yeah,
obviously.
they wiped out Leverkusen. Leverkusen
Yeah.
is done now. So Bayern is to face who? Bayern is going to face. I'm not sure who does Bayern face, but
Bayern face, I don't know who they face in the next leg, but we'll see. Lille is facing, so tomorrow's games is Lille versus Borussia Dortmund, Arsenal, PSV,
yeah,
Aston Villa, Club Brugge, and Atletico Real Madrid.
Real
Those are the
Madrid is going.
next. So
Unless
okay,
because I've been fond of jinxing. I've been fond of jinxing teams, but hey, if Real Madrid don't go through, and I said Real Madrid is going through, that means I'm the reason I'm jinxing teams.
you
But
are the problem.
I'm the problem. I
I
charge it.
I just have the feel as I am, I have the feeling that it will be almost the same thing that happened to Liverpool. Maybe I'm wrong, but it could be a case of where Atletico wins tomorrow or they go to penalty.
They will not go to penalty. They will not go to penalty. I doubt it. Like, this is a game where I think Real
Mm.
Madrid will win. If that they win 1-0 or they will draw that game, I'm Real Madrid win or draw. That's where I'm staying.
And
That
you know,
Real
in the
Madrid.
Metropolitano,
They will
they've not
find,
lost this season.
yeah,
Only
but they
Lille has
not
beaten
losing
them.
is a draw. Not losing is a draw, right? So I'm for Real Madrid. I'm for Real Madrid. I'm for Real Madrid. They will go through. This is a season. This, to be honest, this might be a
Mm.
Champions League
Mm.
where Madrid might win again, or it might shock us, and Harry Kane might get a trophy.
Wow, that's
Uh,
bold.
yes, it might shock us,
Guys,
and Harry Kane. Like,
can we put in the chat who we are supporting to win this final, like Champions League final?
I've been seeing some support for Real Madrid, but honestly, I'm telling you, this is a
I
game
want
where
Real Madrid to go out. I'm fed up with them.
this is a game where Mbappe might win Champions League trophy, or Harry Kane might break his long ass course of no trophy and win something. You know, you never can tell. But for me personally, I'm supporting Real Madrid. I'm supporting Real Madrid. I like the fact that Mbappe went there. I want
Mm.
Mbappe to win Champions League. I'm also an Mbappe fan, just as I'm a Real Madrid fan. So I really want them to win. But we'll see.
Real
We'll see what
Madrid.
happens. You predicted once that Aston Villa, Aston
So
Villa might go
I'm
forward.
just I wish we could put it on the screen. The next. So for the next round,
Mhm.
Bayern is meeting Inter Milan. Who goes through in that quarterfinal?
Most likely Bayern. Most likely Bayern.
You
But I
think
could
so?
be most likely. This
You think
Champions
so?
League, I think so.
Ah,
Bayern is on the other side of the bracket, right? So we could have a Real Madrid Barcelona final, or Real Madrid Bayern final, right? It's most likely
if
Bayern
you
will go through. Most likely
but
Bayern.
I don't think so.
You
I'm
don't
not
think
going.
Bayern will go through? You think Inter is actually a stronger team than
I,
Bayern?
their coach is tactically sound. He's more sound than what's his name, Vincent Company.
But look, sometimes when you call tactics, I also look at players. I feel like the
He has
hunger
good.
for
He has good players,
they have good
though.
players and the hunger for Champions League.
Yeah.
You remember they have a striker, unlike some teams that don't have a reputable striker. They have a reputable striker. They have somebody that they can rely on for goals,
Mm.
right? That's Hurricane. Hurricane needs a trophy. Hurricane is hungry. This is something that might actually, work in Bayern's favor, and Bayern might actually get to the finals. We might actually have a Real Madrid Bayern final. I might shock everybody. Or Real
So
Madrid Barcelona,
I
because
just
we
I
have
just
been
have the stuff up.
Mhm.
So on okay, let's just go through it quickly. So from this week, right? Benfica, okay, Barcelona is through today.
Yeah.
Barcelona went through today. They play the winners between Lille and Borussia Dortmund,
What's the
right?
scoreline, Lily Dortmund? First leg.
Uh I think it's draw. The aggregate is draw. 1-1
0-0.
aggregate between
1-1.
both
Okay,
of
okay.
them. 1-1 aggregate. So who goes through? Bayern,
Mhm.
but obviously Barcelona would go through any of them.
Mhm.
Quarter final. What do you think?
Mhm. Yeah. Barcelona going through, but Lily Dortmund. Are they
Hmm.
playing in Dortmund's house for the second leg?
Yes. No, Lily's house. They are playing in Lily's house.
Okay, that home
I think
advantage.
I think Lily will go through.
Yeah, that home advantage might help.
Yeah, Lily
So
will go through and
I put my money on
Bas-
Lily going through, but
Barcelona
Barcelona
will go through.
will wipe them out.
Okay. So
Barcelona,
Bayern Munich, Inter Milan. You think
Bayern,
okay, you think Bayern
Bayern.
is going through. Okay.
So
I
it's a
think Inter
Bayern,
so
Barcelona
final, semi
semi-final.
final. Okay.
Yeah.
So on this side of the draw, let's go to this side.
Mm.
PSG as PSV Arsenal. Arsenal is true.
Mm. Arsenal is
They
through
played
seven. That's
they
7
played the
goals.
winner between Atletico and Real
Real,
Madrid. So
Real.
you
For
think
me, Real Madrid is true.
okay, so let's say Real Madrid goes through, which I think will
Mhm.
not happen, but let's see. Arsenal versus Real Madrid, who goes through?
Real Madrid for sure. Real Madrid will go through.
Cool. So you don't tip Arteta.
Let's move on, man. We talk about Ateta too much. I don't want to talk about Ateta on this stream. Let's move on.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't. I
okay,
don't
okay.
even care about
Let's leave
Ateta.
Arteta. So no hope for Arteta,
Let's
trophyless.
forget. Ateta is not. Ateta is not. Ateta is not winning anything.
He's coming
Forget about.
second. That's his
Forget
trophy.
about Ateta. Ateta is not winning anything.
It's coming second. Okay. Paris
Mhm.
Saint-Germain, they obviously has gone through. They play the winners between
Mhm.
Aston Villa and Club Brugge. Paris Saint-Germain have gotten to semi-final.
Most likely, I told you PSG
They've
will remove
gotten
Unai
to
Emery. They
semi-final.
will most likely remove Aston Villa,
Yeah.
and then once they
So
remove, yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, anything can happen in
yeah.
football.
So
True.
most so
We're
okay,
just
from what we are
saying.
seeing here,
We're just
yeah.
saying.
So most likely we in semi-final we might have Real Madrid versus Paris Saint-Germain. But
Mhm.
me, you know what I'm thinking?
Oh,
Right from day one, what have I been telling you about Aston Villa?
what?
I've always told you that I feel like Aston Villa can get to the final.
Honestly, okay. Honestly speaking, if Aston Villa should beat PSG, I will support
Yeah.
Aston Villa to win the Champions League. If Aston Villa can actually beat
Yeah.
PSG,
And they
I would,
play Real Madrid.
I will
Yeah.
literally, I will not even support. I don't care about Arsenal.
Hmm.
I just don't like Arsenal. But
Hmm.
Aston Villa, I like. There's something about an underdog story.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
would they actually get there? You get what I'm saying? Would they actually get to
Yeah. Yeah.
semifinals? Would they actually beat, maybe let's say Real Madrid gets to semifinals? We have a Real Madrid Aston Villa semifinal. I will support Aston Villa. With Aston Villa literally get to the final and win Champions League. Aston Villa winning Champions League will be a bigger disgrace to
Big,
Arteta.
big. Okay.
Big
It's true. You're
biggest
right. You're
biggest
right.
disgrace to Arsenal fans and Arteta. Because if Aston Villa should touch Champions League, that's it.
Yeah.
They're a
So
bigger
there's
club
a
than
okay.
Arsenal.
So let's round up. There's a possibility in the semi-final we
Mhm.
can see Real Madrid versus PSG or Real Madrid versus Aston Villa. That's
Mhm.
semi-final, right? That's
Mhm.
one on this side. We are somehow sure that we are going to see a Bayern Munich versus Barcelona.
Most likely.
Okay,
Most
on the other
likely.
side. So
Most likely,
let
yeah.
me say it's Real Madrid Let me
These are
type it
just
in the chat.
obviously these are just predictions. Like, guys,
It's just
we don't
predictions. That's
know
all.
what's going
Let
to
me say
happen.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, Real Madrid
Let me
is
just
literally Real Madrid is too good. We don't know what's going to
yeah,
happen, but we're just like predicting, like, based on what we
yeah,
are seeing so far with the teams, the performance, who will do
yeah.
well, who will do what. But
Let me see semi-final here.
this is a
Semi.
Real Madrid. This is Real Madrid's Champions League to lose. To be honest.
The team I support in this Champions League. I'm supporting Aston Villa to the final. That's what I don't care if they don't win it or they win it. I want Aston Villa in the final.
But
That's what I want.
Aston Villa cannot
And
remove.
you know the prediction I had from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Aston Villa versus Bayern Munich final. That's the prediction I've had from the start. So we'll see whether that comes true. But most people have told you just laugh. Even Austin is laughing in the chat. So
It most likely is not going to happen. Like, it's most like yeah.
it
It
can
most
happen.
likely is not going to
I'm
happen.
just wishing it to just oh my god. I'll bring out those old videos when it happens.
Is most likely
Guys
not
are doubting
happening.
these predictions. Semi-final we might have Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. That's most likely.
Yeah,
From
most likely that will
yeah,
happen.
that's
That will happen, most
very
likely.
likely. So
But another interesting thing. If
well,
Inter should remove Bayern, which is very possible, I
they will get to
actually,
the final.
I actually
They
think
will get to
Inter
the
will get to the
final.
final because I don't
Yeah.
think Barcelona will remove them.
Ah,
Well,
anything.
Bayern is
Ah,
a team I feel Barcelona can actually remove. You know that, right? Like, I actually think Barcelona could beat Bayern, but I don't see
based
Barcelona
on yeah,
beating
you're
Inter.
right. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Inter
I
Milan
just
are kind of stubborn.
yeah, I just they're the kind of team
Yeah.
that you don't want to go to extra time with them. You don't
Yes,
want to go
that's
to penalties
stubborn.
with them
There is
because
stubborn side.
they might just
Inter
find a
Milan are
way.
stubborn.
It's super stubborn. So that's a very high chance that will happen. So it's
Okay.
crazy. But
What are
yeah,
your final thoughts after a
today was
sad day for Liverpool fans? They walked alone today.
today was a disappointing night. I don't know if there are Liverpool fans in the chat, but hey, if you're a Liverpool fan in the chat, you never walk alone, You never walk alone. We did our best. It was a tough night at Anfield. We gave it our all. We just have guys that are just, they're just not consistent. Nunes, Curtis Jones, those boys are just not world class, sad to say. But still, we try. We're doing well this season. Two
Hmm.
trophies left. Hey, we might not win a treble, but two is not bad, right? So we
Okay,
take
we'll
it.
see. Final thoughts from me. My final thought is kind of weird. I just think this Champions League
Mm-hmm.
is, I think it's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we've had so many high-profile games that we never dreamt we would have. Right,
Facts
so many high-profile games,
that
and
we've seen, yeah.
it's so. I'm just enjoying. I'm a neutral. I'm a Chelsea fan. My club is useless. It's gone. So I just support any, and it's relaxing when you can watch. You can watch men play football, proper football, and leave the boys. Let them play their
Fair,
boys conference league or whatever they want to play, right?
fair,
But
fair,
you
fair.
watch men play football. The
Mm-hmm.
anxiety. I was not a Liverpool fan, but the anxiety I had in this game was crazy. Crazy as I was like, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm not a PSG fan, but so much anxiety. God, let
Who's
no
going
one.
to win?
Let them just go to penalties. Let them just go to penalties. I was just too. My God. So it's really been good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? But at the end of the day, I think for Champions League, like Austin said, you need hunger and you need spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the person that would go through, like go through in this round, even get to the final and win it, with
Mm-hmm.
how tough it is,
Mm-hmm.
it will be hunger.
Yeah.
Hunger,
How
yeah.
bad do you want it?
Exactly how bad do you want it?
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, facts. We're at the point where in Champions League where everybody's good. So it's like,
yeah,
you know, it's no longer just about talent, tactics. It goes beyond that. It's mentality. His
yeah,
mentality is who's going to put their body on the line for it.
yeah,
Right. And while we are competing in so much competitions, right now down to two. We have two things on the line that I don't really see the need to put so many players on the line just for
yeah,
this. But anyways, thank you guys for joining our stream. We're going to
yeah.
go live again
Tomorrow
tomorrow
after the games,
after all the games. Our
Yeah.
predictions, Madrid go through. We'll see if Madrid go
My
through or not.
prediction is Atletico go through.
We'll
Let
see,
me even put it in the chat here.
we'll
So
see,
there's a record.
we'll see if
Atletico,
Madrid goes through or not, man.
Atlet
We'll see.
to
Yeah, we'll
go
see,
through.
man. I don't know.
Let me
Hopefully,
put it here.
hopefully,
True. Let me
hopefully
put
that
it.
happens and then
True.
run it
And you
back
said you said
and we'll talk about it.
Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, Real Madrid to go through. But yeah, make sure you guys join our stream tomorrow. We'll go live again tomorrow. And then
Yeah.
also don't miss our watch alongs on the weekend for Premier League.
Yeah.
Biggest match day game or match week game. We're streaming. All right. See you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Yeah. Bye.